Can you tell it? I went and looked back. I think it's been 6 or 7 months since did my last live stream. So small wonder I managed to screw it up. So small wonder.
Yeah, the echo was me. I was watching something earlier and I forgot to turn the volume off. That was me.
I
Hi,
didn't hear a thing.
Jeff. Well, maybe hi, Jeff.
Yeah,
Oh, there's Jeff.
pull the camera lid up.
Yeah.
Still got snow?
Have bits and pieces here. That's the picture I took the other day.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and start the introduction.
Ladies and
Live
gentlemen,
from the Tony Wallow Studios. It's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom homies. We might
produced
do
by,
that.
by the professor.
I may actually let someone host the show. It is a possibility.
I'm not going to be around long. I've got some stuff I still got to do, but I thought I would stop in and say hello.
I appreciate that. Hi, Alex.
Hi, everyone, and Ken again.
Well, you know, I've been really nice about not putting you in the waiting room lately, but that little remark right there, and with such enthusiasm, even.
Well, the young man is happy. He just came back from a good experience, I bet.
There you go. He's feeling his oats, apparently.
No, I think he was doing that before when he was sharing all those pictures of Josh in his bedroom and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
So,
well, I was happy to get away from the doorbells and the alarms and whatever other name you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I traded the dog. I traded the dogs in for one night of really loud snoring. A smoke alarm going on there. A smoke alarm going beep every 10 or 15 minutes because it's got a low battery, and a outside lit up like a Christmas tree, lit up like it's daylight because they just got really, really bright lights.
So I think you have some news you would like to share with everybody? Or did you want to wait until we get a house full?
I don't care.
I know Chris isn't going to be here tonight. He texted me earlier today. And Sean's probably not going to be here tonight.
No, he's got more important things to take care of.
Mm-hmm. So my floor must be, well, you know what? Maybe it's the picture itself. Ever since we did that thing yesterday with the doggone VCL being off that much, everything I look at's crooked now.
I found a new job today when I was looking on Indeed. That once again sounds really promising. Even though I applied through Indeed, I looked at their website, and it's posted on their website, and their website specifically says to email your resume and cover letter and college transcripts to the head IT guy, and it happens to be a private private Christian school. So that's really, and there's like no mention of any they say that masks are optional, and there's no mention of having to get any kind of COVID vaccine or anything like that, so I don't have to worry about that.
Well, that ought not to be an issue.
So now I just got to. I sent the guy everything. Now I just got to wait to hear back from him.
So did you submit already?
Yes.
Okay.
I did.
They show us the picture of the campus.
Yes, but it's in. I gotta find it first. It's in a big long PDF.
Well, I'll scratch Alex's name off hosting the show. He's not going to do that. Okay, 3 to go.
Well, I'm not going to be here that long.
2 to go.
Oh, here it is right here.
No, not tonight.
See, Bonnie's just going strong. Joshy's still over there, it looks like.
No, I'm sure he is.
He's got the photo up that makes him look like Stan Laurel.
That's it. They basically do pre-K through 12th grade all on one site. All the different they got one building for like pre-K through like third and one for middle school and one for high school. So it's all right there on the map and it's all in one spot. And I wouldn't even have to order DoorDash or anything because they make all of their food from scratch on site. So I could just get all my food and everything.
Well,
right there.
don't get ahead of yourself. See what kind of response you get from your submission.
Yeah. But yeah,
Sounds
that's
like it
all
might be a good place to work, though.
That's pretty much all I know right now. I submitted all my info. It's really good when, in my book, it's really good when they say to directly, when they give you an email address to directly email someone, so you don't have to submit all that through Indeed or some other job site and hope they see it, or through like a application form. I would prefer to just send it over
Hi, Gary.
the old-fashioned way.
Hello, sir.
Welcome in. You're like, believe it or not, Jim was first. I was second.
Where's Mr. Guy?
I don't know. He
Sick.
actually joined in and participated on the bonus daily Da Vinci today, as did Darren.
He's in chat.
Is he?
Oh,
Well,
Oh yeah, he
it's
was at
early
9:20. So, well, about an
Oh.
hour and
Yeah, I don't know.
30, 40 minutes ago he was.
I have something to
Must be
share with
watching the
Alex.
movie.
If you guys don't mind, it'll be a quickie. Share screen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, where am I at?
Yeah, he was watching season 2 of Third Watch, I think or season 3 of Third Watch.
Okay. Might be hard to see, but it'll be real quick. It's no big deal. Okay. Share. I went to follow this. No big deal. Is about Sylvester Stallone. Woo. Why he wasn't the Godfather. But if you notice in the middle of the screen, it said 10 Play, which is in Australia, is available for Australian residents only.
Right.
And we were talking about VPNs. To say because Alex said, why would you have one?
Right.
Well, I could say I was in Australia then.
Right.
And that's for Alex. I actually was trying to read it. It had nothing to do.
Yeah, I know why you would have one. I was specifically talking about why would you want to connect to China or some communist place like that where China has like what they call the Great Firewall and they block everything anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, this is Australia, and I just wanted to read something about Sylvester Stallone on why he wasn't allowed to play the Godfather. Who cares?
Yeah. Well, probably he was too young, but
in the Godfather, in the Godfather. And remember, he is Italian, so
yeah,
whatever.
That's true. Are you looking for the button to unshare your screen?
Yeah, no, it's over the top. No, it wasn't that. I was getting ready to close it. Oh, I saw that. I know that. But no big deal. But just that's why you do it.
If you guys are around after the stream ends, I will share the final and accepted opening for John's Southern Exposure channel. Pretty happy with how that turned out, actually.
Can we say online when it's going to go live or not yet?
He has not.
Okay.
And that's why I can't show it over the stream because he wants to wait and do that himself. And that's
no. I mean, when he's actually planning on doing it, sooner or later.
I think sooner. I think it will be. I think he's trying to figure the logistics of StreamYard itself out, and then go from there. Now the Zoom homies and Jeff and Alex got to see my first iMovie today.
Oh.
I produced a
That
movie on
brings
my
up
iPhone.
that brings up an idea. That brings up a comment I just had. Kim, you said
Hold on, let me get my finger ready. Go
you
ahead.
Couldn't
know
do
how we
that
call
on an Android,
ourselves.
by the
You
way.
know that was Jose's idea for us to call ourselves the Zoom homies.
Mm-hmm.
We was playing beanbag toss at camp. It was boys against girls, and they was asking for suggestions for a name for us to call our cabin,
Mm-hmm.
and they went with my suggestion, and I said we could call ourselves the Camp Homies. And they thought, and I explained to one of them that uh, one of y'all wanted to call us the Zoom homies and help we had our coffee cups made and all that with.
Did anybody get kicked out of camp and you guys had to all gather around and vote? And then when they got kicked out, they said the tribe has spoken? No?
No,
No.
but
That's all scripted anyway.
You think?
Yeah, really.
What? That's not real?
Just like Big Brother. How many people watch Big
I
Brother?
mean,
the
I've
only
never
thing that
seen either of
happened,
those actually. So
the only really event we really had, the only that could have called, the only time somebody almost caused some trouble was
Somebody with a
the
phone.
cabin was like right before everybody
Me.
was like right when everybody was leaving. We was all sitting around waiting for parents to show up, and one of the guys has a couple of lightsabers. You know, you pull them, they're collapsible, and he got them both out, and he handed one to the one of the other guys, and they both started really hard sword fighting, and that only lasted for like a minute. And then one of the counselors said, "Whoa, hang on, put those up." That only lasted for because they was being really aggressive, or they thought they was being really aggressive.
I'm going to temporarily leave Zoom. I'm not going anywhere. I don't want to start my phone and have that horrible problem. Boy, it pains me who's going to be left in charge, but I'll be right back. So YouTube should still be able to hear me. Oh, wait, YouTube cannot hear me because I am not on Zoom anymore. Okay, this is going to be interesting. I'll make this real quick. I'm just going to share my thing that I did, I hope. No problem, Mike. Let me let Mike know. I don't think I'm being heard over YouTube. So let me get on here. I want to stay co-host. Okay, so I don't want to be the host. I want to be on my Wi-Fi.
There he is. Chris is the only one left, and he's double muted on audio and video. So I'll just end it for everybody.
Well, I'm back, so don't end it. All right, let me see if I can figure out how to share this over my phone. Well, this will be interesting. Is there a yeah? Here we go. Share content. Screen. Everything on your screen, including notifications. Oh, whatever. 2, 3, 1, 5, 10. All right, you are screen sharing. Yay! What do you guys see? A blue box and a red box?
That's it.
All right, so that's interesting. Go to iMovie here. There's no audio. There's supposed to be audio.
I'm hearing something. Yeah, we can hear it. Copyright strike.
Yeah, really. I wished I'll have to figure out a way to get this over where I can share it on YouTube. We were just messing around. I couldn't figure out how to do it. Stealth mode is saying something about chat. So I'll be back. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I've got a couple ideas.
I was only back in.
Yeah, he'll be back in as the host.
Oh, he's back in already.
And Alex will be gone for the night. You just
Maybe
couldn't
Alexa
wait to
will-
do that, could you?
Shoot.
Oh,
Nailed
No,
no,
I couldn't.
no, there's not a screen big enough to hold the grin that he had when he did that.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. So we should
Maybe
be back.
Alexandra will talk to him.
Yeah,
Or
we should
Alex,
be
whatever.
back. Everything should be working right. Yeah.
It is.
I find there's iMovie seems to be pretty cool. You can stitch a lot of stuff together. I did shoot a video. That was actually a video that I shot. But I think you have to purchase better effects in order to do something that on these commercials you see. That was made with the iPhone. Well, I don't think it was made with the iPhone on the basic effects that are on the iPhone.
Well, if you paid for, it seems to me that like if it says in the video that it's made with iMovie, it seems like would be made with the free version, because it would seem to me that if you paid for the full version, you would get the all the effects, and it would not say made with iMovie, like a watermark.
Well, I don't even.
it's still-
I
I
don't.
don't know, because
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, speaking of iPhones, you got your iPhone 14 ordered, Ken?
No.
Well, you better hurry up.
No. Just 13's just fine.
I shall return in a minute. I'm being paged to take the dog out. If I don't, you're going to hear him sitting here whining.
Well, Ken, I ordered me these today. They've got 3 levels of these hot almonds, and this is the Carolina Reapers I had the other day was like the hottest, and these are like the mildest ones they have. Only two flame levels instead of 4, so we'll see how much less hotter those are.
You just didn't learn your lesson the first time around, did you?
Now those ain't gonna be as hot. I did the hottest ones the first time around, so these ain't gonna be as hot as the first ones.
What's
Oh.
that? What's
And
that?
I still have access to that vocal remover website that I paid $1 for when I did that for that guy.
Right.
What is that one chip or challenge or whatever it's called?
Whoa, the Pocky 1-chip challenge or something.
Yeah, why don't you
It's
take that?
$8 for. I looked it up. It's $8 for 1 chip.
What is it, hot?
Very hot.
Okay. Well, I know somebody that's going to be saving $8 then. And call me a whip. I don't care.
I take that back. It's 18.
What are you,
That'll
curly
pay my
man?
golf. Huh?
What are you, curly man?
Yes, call me Goodly Man.
Arnold says you must palm.
Let's see. Eat a potato chip that's potentially hot. Pay for the golf cart rental fee. I'm paying the golf cart rental fee.
Gee, there's a shocker.
I'm not quite yet ready to walk.
This is one chip, $18. This is what it is right here.
One chip challenge.
$89 an ounce. Wow.
It used to be when I looked at it a while back, it used to be $8.
Groceries of the last 3 weeks have just gone outrageously, stupidly high. I don't know what's going on. We stopped last night briefly to get stuff at Mall. Yeah, start that all over again. Walmart and 3 grocery sacks, $58 and some change.
I didn't see you there.
I waved. I thought
must-
you waved back. I thought you said, "You're number one. You're number one."
Itchy bun. Itchy bun.
So Long Dog wants to know: is that the new one that turns your mouth blue, Alex?
It is. That is the 2022, the new one. That's the
So not only is it hot, you got to pay $18, and your mouth's going to turn blue, and you get 1 chip.
that would be right. Yes.
Then I clearly am not doing that. 8 and 8, 16. I can play 2 rounds of golf for that. Man, I was almost, and I
But
mean,
you know what you're paying for? You're not paying for the chip. You're paying for all that ridiculous packaging.
no, you're paying for your stupidity. That's what you're paying for.
And that too, but you got to admit your most of that money is going for the
Well, I would think so, because if you're getting 1 chip, that thing better arrive pristine, not chipped, not cracked condition. 8. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I had about this much of a thought today.
Uh-oh.
I'm
That's
going to go
more
to
than
the
I
golf
had.
course. I'm going to get out a white golf ball. I'm going to go find the fairway with the most snow on it. And I'm going to hit the golf ball. I didn't.
Glad for
didn't.
punishment.
I sat here and played around with Da Vinci all afternoon. It was really fun. I explored some of the things I downloaded.
I'm going to say you played with Da Vinci. How is Leonardo?
Well, what was the old Saturday Night Live joke that Chevy Chase used to say about the president from the Philippines? Ferdinand Marcos. They would show his casket. Go, he's still dead.
Oh, okay.
That was
Okay.
that was the guy from Spain, actually.
I thought it was the Philippines.
Yeah,
Oh, the
they made fun of
dictator.
Melinda. I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
It was Spain, though. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Guy that was the dictator during the Second World War.
Yeah. What's his name?
Yeah. Okay. Can't remember.
We'll come in about 15 minutes.
I just remembered I was showing Ken this earlier, and he said something about asking Jim about it. So I'll
There
let
you go.
you
Ask Jim about
take
it.
a look at it.
So I forgot.
Like how anybody would look at me for anything is
Oh, I know. Yeah, because of the ham radio comment.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do you not have the capability of figuring out if this guy's legit from the ham radio point of view?
Well, he's got to give his call sign.
Yeah, that's easy enough to find.
All right.
Well, I'm sorry.
That sounds a lot like. I'm only bringing this up because that sounds a lot like Joshy language, like he may have made another profile under a
Joshy
different
language.
I'm going to be nasty, but it doesn't sound like Larry Davis signal.
Larry Davis. Is there more to that message?
No, that's it. And since this guy is not a friend of mine on Facebook or whatever, it went under
Springs, Missouri.
a request. So it's
Well, let's take a look.
it didn't just show up.
Can you see anything of his profile on Facebook?
I did, and it looks legit.
Hold on.
There's still illiterate people on Facebook. Lots of them.
Yeah, it says amateur radio.
I'm sorry, what was that town? Was it Springs, Missouri?
House Springs, wasn't it?
Alex, share
Is
your picture again, please.
Springs House, Missouri. Right
Whoa.
here. This is his Facebook.
Well, yeah, it looks pretty. So far, it looks legit. House Springs, Missouri. Okay.
Never heard
Stealth
of it
mode says
myself.
even trying to find a bright hunter orange golf ball is hard to find in the snow. It would be, yes, depending on how deep the snow is. But the whole point was it was going to be a, what do they call that? A parody with a white golf ball on the white snow.
I think I've seen this call sign before.
If you scroll down on
BR
the
459.
happy birthdays and all that, so I think this is. I kind of think this is maybe legit.
It looks like
I
it
don't
might
know.
be, yes.
Um,
It looks like it might be.
It's southwest, just a little ways of St. Louis, but it's in an area with a couple of other moderately sized small
he's got
cities.
he's got the same pictures on. There's a website that ham radio related. You can look up names and places and usually find the call sign. That's how I found the call sign for Sean's father.
Okay.
But you have to kind of be a member of the site, which fortunately I am. But I think I've seen that call sign before on the air somewhere. So, and the tower pictures that I'm looking at on this particular site, they're the same ones that Alex showed. So yeah, it looks legit to me.
All right.
There you go.
well, I mean, I just wouldn't expect. I just wouldn't expect somebody else to use such similar Josh language.
Well, I mean, all that means is that the guy's just stringing sentences together without taking time to make it particular or whatever.
So you
I
guys are
see
very,
a lot of that, and it doesn't necessarily mean they're like Josh.
yeah. Can you imagine if I use the talk to text, what that nonsense would look like? Man, I have trouble speaking,
Most
let
of the
alone having
time,
to convert.
I've since I have iPad and Android. Most of the time, I have noticed that the dictation on iPad is considerably worse than the Google dictation on Android.
Don't know, haven't tried either one.
Yeah, I have not either, and I don't really look forward to and or want to do that.
I mean, it's much better than it was 10 years ago.
It's
Jim?
much better than having to do what I used to. My high school used to give me a computer with send me home with a laptop with a Dragon program on it. That you had to train. You had to sit in front of the computer and actually read its sentences and paragraphs and make it understand your voice.
Hi, Rick.
Google and Siri these days.
Hello.
Get anything done today?
Nope. I decided for once in my life I'm going to take a day off and do nothing. I slept all day. I got up around 5.
I rested most of the day. I have some stuff I ought to be doing, but I didn't.
The break probably do you some good.
I wish I could have slept in this morning because I had to get up for church because I didn't hardly get any sleep Friday night while I was at
I'm going
camp.
to say, when did you get home, Alex, from camp?
I got home about 7:30
Today or yesterday or?
yesterday.
Okay.
So, Alex, how's their internet speed there?
Their
Happy or good?
their Wi-Fi there, I don't know what the actual speed is, but I do know that it was good enough for them to stream the LSU Arkansas game for everybody to watch on the projector screen because it was too cold for 2 reasons. It was too cold outside to do anything else, and because we was all 18 plus. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done it. But so I don't know what their actual numbers speed is. I wasn't able to connect to their Wi-Fi. It's locked. And I looked at it and asked what the password was because but my mobile data connection, I only have like 2, maybe 3 bars at the most wherever I went because of all the tree coverage. Even though it's right on like the side of a major highway, and it was only like I only had like 2 megs down.
Hey,
Well, you
Jim,
can look on the bright side. At least they showed the Arkansas game, didn't show Indiana, Ohio State.
I would
Jim?
have brutally told them to increase their internet speed.
Jim, did you go to his website or his Facebook and look at that posting for the test?
No, I did
Hmm.
not.
Well, again, I did again, like I didn't know what their actual internet speed was. All I knew was what my speed was on my mobile, on my phone, on my mobile data.
Okay, so third question. What do you think of the place?
It got smaller.
Oh, I like it, or I like it, or I wouldn't have went, or I wouldn't have went back there
But I mean,
Well,
10
has it
years
changed?
it's
later.
got to
I
look
would've
different
kept
to you
going,
as an
I would've
adult
kept
than it did as a
going.
child.
If they hadn't cut me off, I wouldn't have kept. If they had not have cut me off at 18 or 19, I probably would have kept going. But I found out this weekend that just a couple of months ago, that just last summer they increased the age for one of their summer camps, for one of their week-long summer camps, from 18 all the way up to 26. And that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, that they didn't do that until after I had already gotten past 26.
Well, and, you know, things like that happen after you get out of something. I worked at a place in Tennessee for 22 years, and I had been there long enough when I left to get a partial pension, which was about 1/3 of what I would have gotten if I had stayed another 5 years, just the way the fractional curve went on the pension plan. And a year after I left, that changed to where if I had lasted another year, I would have gotten half. But stuff changes, and it's just kind of tough beans. I mean,
Yeah.
It's just like when I graduated high school. It seemed like as soon as I graduated high school, they decided to upgrade all their technology and give everybody Chromebooks and add on to the building. Basically, they got a whole bunch of grant money. All the schools around this area got a whole bunch of grant money to make additions to the schools and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, well, it would have been nice if they would have done that in the 3 or 4 years that I was in high school there. But
well, I mean, things change, and that's
Yeah,
just
you're
kind of the way it
breaking my
is.
heart. Yeah, breaking my heart. We didn't computer classes weren't even a thing by
like
the time I graduated high school.
we complained and bitched about all that stuff not being like it is now when we were there. And as soon
Well,
as
if you were really old, Alex, hell, didn't even know what a computer was when I was in high school.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you're going to do when we no longer have mice and keyboard and you just talk to the computer. You're really going to be pissed off, aren't you?
well, the kids nowadays already don't know how to use a keyboard and a
There's
mouse.
thousands of kids that already do that. They don't use the keyboard.
Well, I know.
They tell their computer what to do.
Although
They don't even
I
use a
assume
computer, Rick. They use a tablet and a phone and everything. That's how
I
they're-
assume there are still some data entry jobs where you need to know how to keyboard.
Well, small companies maybe, but not most big ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Just speak it in?
This private school, their main they use Google Apps for education as their main thing. So everything is like managed through Google. Every student has their one-to-one technology device school. So every student
Your
below
doctor
school age,
sends in a
below
hit
ninth
kit.
grade has a Chromebook that they provide. Ninth grade and above, they are able to bring their own computers.
Well, let me ask Gary a question here. Well, from what you said, if you have data entry stuff like where you work,
We don't. Well,
Hey,
very little. Go ahead.
okay, but say like when I was in graduate school, I wrote some software that needed a lot of input data, and I punched and checked 4,000 cards.
I believe that. I did too back in the day. Stuff like that.
And I know nobody uses cards now, but I don't know how I would enter that now except on a keyboard. I can't imagine speaking all of those numbers into a computer.
Oh, no. I wasn't suggesting that. But most of the stuff, I mean, there's still some data entry, but I mean, there's very few purchase orders going out typed.
Okay.
Orders coming in are coming electronically.
Right, right. I'm thinking about an area where, like, if you're working on a project and you got to enter a lot of numbers, like I'm thinking of engineering stuff like
Yeah, but that wouldn't be you wouldn't hand that to a data entry person either. You'd probably do it, you'd have a
Yeah, and this was a weird thing. I had to take all of these numbers off of thermal paper that had been printed from microfiche, and that was a bitch to make sure it matched what it was on the microfiche originally.
I mean,
Microfiche.
even doctors'
years.
offices.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, I mean, microfiche haven't been around in a long time.
Yeah.
It was
I
still
still
a thing
have
when I
all the
was in
data. It's
school.
in several files on my computer. I read
Microfiche,
in,
boy, there's
yeah, well, it was numbers that had been printed in a report at Sandia Laboratories in New Mexico. And the only way to acquire that report at the time I was doing all this was on microfiche. You couldn't get a paper copy. It just wasn't available.
Long Dog. Are you questioning yourself, or what's the question marks for? Did you get confused again? He's talking about
So
computers.
Star
and,
Trek style
Yeah.
computer,
No.
write me a program to do such and such.
No. What I was saying is most data, like go to insurance, where I worked before here, everything from the doctor, I mean, very little was typed.
Okay.
Because the doctor's sending on a form, or scanning a form, or they're sending electronically. Remember, all of us here do taxes.
Yeah.
You don't send in handwritten forms anymore, for the most part.
No,
I mean,
I have migrated to using a tax software.
I don't even know if they'll accept handwritten forms most of the time because they want you to go online. I mean, they may. I have not.
Well, you can still file a paper tax report if you want to.
I honestly didn't know that.
I don't, because I've gotten lazy. I'd rather spend the money it costs to buy TurboTax or H&R Block or whatever. And
I know. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm started getting advertisements from H&R Block for the tax software for 2022. And even with the discount they're offering, if I wait and buy it off when Amazon first offers it, I'll get it for half of what H&R Block is selling it for now.
I mean, even back 30 years ago, law firm, the legal secretaries were not doing typing. Most of the attorneys were doing it as they worked. There was no dictation like in the old days.
Mm-hmm.
Insurance, very few data entry. It was either scan. I mean, it was cleanup was data entry, but it wasn't blind. Like the old days.
Right.
I mean, right before I started at Ford, they were still hand coding and giving it to somebody to type in.
Well, I can remember
Coding forms. I mean, literally.
doing stuff on coding forms, and you'd give it to somebody sitting at a key punch machine for cards. And then once they were done, they would hand that stack of cards to the person next to them who ran the cards through another machine that would verify what the first person had punched in.
Yep. I mean, there was still programs around at that time at Ford when I started in 78 or that way. I mean, there's some
all the data I had on my 4,000 cards, I got that read in on one of the last card readers at the laboratory where I worked. And it went into a DEC System 10 and then got electronically translated over to an IBM mainframe. Then I downloaded it from there onto a PC. And because of glitches someplace in the system, you could read the card deck in twice and you wouldn't get the same results. So I would read it in multiple times and keep comparing different runs. until I got 3 of them that matched, and then I assumed that was the correct numbers on in the data file. At that point, that was kind of a crappy way to have to do it.
Yeah, I mean, when I started, we called it data processing back then for the old folks.
Yep.
But I mean, there was data entry people doing, here's a stack of something, key punch it. Now it's, I mean, most people are I mean, there's not a data entry person. You may be doing
Okay.
your own order entry.
All right.
I mean, salesperson's online with the customer. Most of it's coming in yourself. You're doing your own entry from well, most of it's electronic with us, but the few that you
Or
call and
filling
say,
in a form, maybe.
Hmm?
Maybe filling in a form. I mean, not rows and rows of numbers, but
Yeah, I mean, there's some of that where you're saying, hey, Sue, I want, 3 of these. I mean, it's online. There's no like writing it down
Right.
and keying it. And most of it, you're doing it your site online. You're not like Amazon. You're not calling somebody up in there key punching it. You're doing it.
all right.
So, and then we have orders coming directly from our customers. I mean, they're electronic. We don't even see paper.
Right.
Matter of fact, if we don't know what to do with paper, then it goes and says we need this. So we have people that oversee it, but back in the day, they had orders come in, FedEx delivery, da 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 da. Well, I had a cousin. She's still alive. I think she's like 80 something. Literally, she worked in Cincinnati at the IRS. She was in IT, data processing.
Mhm.
She was in charge of the people that typed in your written form. Key punch. I mean, they were basically they didn't do anything but just done the next form, next form, next form.
Right.
They're gone basically.
I assume any handwritten forms are scanned now.
I'm assuming some get kicked out. I mean, I don't have a clue. I mean, that was, she's, like I said, she's probably retired.
I haven't filed a handwritten form in, I don't know, 10 years now or more.
Ours, we don't do ours, but ours are handwritten. But that's because they have, we have books, not forms. Then we go over every year. But I mean, they don't want that. But just like Social Security checks and checks from the government, they want, I say this properly, they want the lowest check they send out to still go to the bank. They don't want to send a check
direct
out.
deposit.
Yep. I mean, right now, I don't have exact figures, but I don't know if we do more than 200 checks a month that are not on computer direct deposit, be it vendors, be it employees.
Mhm.
I mean, actual
electronic transfers.
Yep, all. I mean, I don't know if any checks that are, and then let's say, because my wife and I actually were talking about this tonight about key punching, not key punching, but entering hours. Unless you're in a real small company, most of that's all electronic now. I mean, time clocks, most of those, unless you had under 50 employees, are going right into your payroll system.
So have you guys seen the meme that's going around? I guess some lady bought a pumpkin pie from Marie Callender and she burnt it for lack of putting it another way. And she blamed Marie Callender for the pie burning. It's an actual real thing. You can imagine how.
Well, there's all kinds of madness out there yet.
Yeah. Well, you can imagine those that have a very good, quick sense of humor you can imagine some of the things that have come out already, and some of them are absolutely hilarious.
I think I've told you this before, but this is not a joke. My wife and I, all of the family have carry permits, and we carry them when we're out. Not we're some weird people, but we have been places that we have been. My wife has literally been shot. I've been shot at once. Now, I had a lady one time. We were at a restaurant. We were allowed to have it. Didn't even think about it. You can see it, but my jacket came where you could see it just like for a second. She came over and tried to grab it, screaming. This was like 8 years ago. Now think of the logic. She's screaming things that I am not, but if I was, would you grab the person that's going to do something to that? And she wasn't like an expert. She was like, think of the logic of this, folks.
Long Dog says, by the way, he knew Marie Callender.
What month did he know her?
Yeah, really.
Stealth mode, what's an EDC?
Everyday carry.
Okay, I was thinking there
Oh,
CCP,
And it can be from,
CCP, it's called a lot of places.
yeah, it can be pens, pocket knives, guns, but
Yeah.
Okay,
Here
I
in
gotta
Nevada,
ask. You know me. Gotta ask. If you have an everyday carry, do they have you can only carry Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? Just asking.
actually we have a joke at work. There's a few of us that collect fountain pens, and it's like, what do you have today? It's like whip yours out and who's got what's a day. It's
I
a
would
day in
imagine
antiques.
everybody
But-
here except for Alex has got a permit to carry.
Well, in Nevada, if you want, you can. Now, it depends on private property, like stores or whatever. They can have a sign up that says no weapons, and you have
Yep.
to abide by it. But we
That's
have open carry in Nevada, no training required.
well, the problem with
We also have concealed carry if you want it.
now, I actually am against open carry because people that think they're cool with open carry are usually idiots because they can't get a license. In Michigan, a license is not easy to get. It's not hard, but you actually got to
Well, a
be
lot of
proficient at
states are
shooting.
just going. Tennessee, where I used to live, I think has no requirements for any type of carry now.
Yeah.
That's I won't get into the politics of that, but it's just what's
Well,
happening there.
Oh,
I mean, I mean, politics aside, we actually had to be able to hit a target here quite a few times out of times, as opposed to just waving around, holding the gun sideways like you wouldn't do if you're really shooting something.
Mm-hmm.
Ian, you don't have one, do you?
No. If you're asking me, do I have a weapon and or do I have a permit? No, I do not.
Man, neither do I.
I
Mm.
do. I just can't
Right
keep
now,
my
I don't have
weapons.
any. I have owned weapons in the past. I don't own any at this
I
present
just can't
time.
keep the weapons in my building, but I've got 5 of them.
I just figure if a situation ever arises, I'm going to go, these hands are legally licensed as a killer weapon. Do not mess with me.
Can't
And then
tell
the guy
you
will shoot me
fool.
and it'll be all over.
Can't tell you fool.
So Long Dog says he actually has met Mr. Marie Callender. And I just researched it and said there is an actual Marie Callender, but the founder of Marie Callender is Don Callender. I guess
Ah.
Marie sounds a little bit better than Don Callender. That almost sounds like Long Dog's name, Don Callender. And you can take that anywhere you want, by the way.
Well, never mind.
I'm going to resist what I always
Yeah, I
want to
don't
do.
think so. I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, for about another 5 minutes, and then we can do whatever. But
We'll serve this one up for Jim after the Zooms, after YouTube's over.
I just did a search on it. I don't know which one of these 35 tabs I have that on. I closed it already. Did you guys see where Dolly Parton was given $100 million award?
By Jeffy.
Yeah, by Jeff.
You sure that's not a
Yeah.
hoax, Ken?
Well, I haven't looked into it, but it does not look to be a hoax.
No,
it's
not a
you're
hoax.
funny. No, she
No, her-
did not die, Alex. It's
Her thing is real. Their thing.
well,
things
he's
real.
poking fun at me because I pointed out to him last week that she did not die.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's.
But
But remember, she
does
gives
a lot
hundreds of
of-
millions away too.
yeah, she's
Oh, I'm
given
sure.
away a lot of things on her own. She is remembered where she came from, growing up in the mountains, poor and all of that. She's given away a lot of books to poor children, and has all kinds of other altruistic things she's done. She'll make good use of the money.
I mean, there's in one of the Detroit schools, she's given like a whole thing in Detroit, which has nothing to do with Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think she's big in Michigan. I don't mean that anyway, but serious.
Right.
But she's got a foundation. She's got some program to read, and I'm not up on it. But
Yeah, she makes sure in some of the poor areas, at least every school child has at least one book of their own that they can say, "This is my book."
Mhm.
Which is,
I mean,
I know a guy who went to high school with her. Actually, I lived there for a long time, East Tennessee, not quite where she did. That's up around Sevierville, up near where Pigeon Forge and all the Turisto things are. But And it is true, she hadn't seen her feet since she was 14.
Yeah, he is
But
real
she is a good
nice.
person, actually. I mean, people make jokes and all that, but she really is a good person.
Everything
Very
we
well thought up back there.
supposedly when the COVID stuff hit, I mean, without getting there, she carried a lot of her employees that basically weren't working.
Yeah. Yep.
So I've read.
Yeah. Yep.
Because you don't go to theme parks.
I'm guessing Robert's working. He said
Yep.
hello to everybody in chat. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the end
Ow.
stream button. Get that going. And then unfortunately,
You gotta fix this ending so we can see the dancing girls a little better. Gotta
It's still the Betty Boop. I still want Betty Page.
I'm gonna say, how did you get all those so they rotated into the screens that they're showing in anyway? Is that just a is that an OBS thing or what?
no, it's a DaVinci Resolve thing, and
Okay, all right.
you know, full disclosure, knowing me, I probably did it by accident and didn't even realize I'd done it.
No, but I mean, it's at the angle it ought to be, as if those screens were actually on the wall like that. I mean, I'm not.
Oh yeah, all I did was I took a picture of the pictures on the wall and then filled the
Right.
frames in with the video. That's all I done.
And so it actually rotated them in a sense the right way automatically then.
No, I had to adjust it,
Oh, okay.
especially the one.
Well,
that's at an
nonetheless, I
angle.
mean, it's adjusted at the correct
Yeah.
angle, it looks like. So,
It's
My
close.
wife got me an advent calendar today.
ah,
I
So
thought
I'm
you
just
would
going
get
to
it. I
give
don't
the
know.
generic good night, everybody on YouTube, and Greg. I will see you tomorrow for Daily Da Vinci and Greg. Thank you for joining, and Greg. Since the theme here, Greg, I'm going to get you to laugh before I end the stream. You're going
Oh,
to
he's
laugh.
not even cracking a smile.
I know that's he is though. He's like, "You're gonna laugh."
Ah,